All right, here we go. Welcome to the Royal Horizon Smash Cards podcast. A huge thank you to everyone for joining us for this exciting new adventure, especially since this is our very first episode. We are thrilled to kick things off and dive into the world of Smash Cards with our first special guest, one of the top players and a true legend of the game. It's a true honor to have you here today, OutRun.
Yo, what up, chat? What up, viewers? Yeah, it's great to be here. Thank you for inviting me, Will Smash, and Present to Hourglass. Thank you very much for inviting me to your podcast. I'm thrilled to be on it. Thrilled to be your first guest, and yeah, let's go. I'm ready for the questions, man.
Thanks for accepting our invite, OutRun. It's great to have you here, apparent here, aka Horizontal Hourglass. So I think we can start from the beginning. When did you start playing SK, and how did you discover this game?
Yeah, so funny story. So yeah, so okay, first of all, I started playing SK December 3rd, 2020, around like what 6 p.m. I think in the evening. And I first discovered it, funnily enough, on Miniclip. Like I was just browsing games on Miniclip because I heard that Flash games, which was like very popular, like you could play like free games online and stuff, and Flash games had like the best free games to play for free on browsers and stuff. And that was being discontinued in 2020. And I was like, okay, well, since it's being discontinued soon, I was like, let me just browse like free games on Miniclip and just see what comes up. And then I just I browsed through like typical games that were on there, and then I discovered Smash Cards, and I was like, oh, this is new. And I was thinking, oh, this looks like a new karting game or something like that, which could which could rival Mario Kart or something, So I was like, oh, let me check this out. Because in fact I played like a different karting game. I forgot what the game's called, but it had animals as well. So I played that. I played that before. So I was playing that. I was like, okay, yeah, I remember why I stopped playing that one, because it just got boring after a while. So I stopped playing that, and then I discovered Smash Cards. And I was like, oh, this is gonna be like a like a Mario Kart like ripoff or something, or something which could rival Mario Kart for free. So I was like, okay, let me play it. And I started playing it. I was like, wait, what? Why are we not racing? And then I just saw these weapons. I was like, wait, what? We're not racing. This is like a battle arena or something like that. And then I discovered that, oh yeah, it was. So I was playing, and yeah, I did not like the game at all. When I started playing, I was like, oh my god, like this is just so frustrating and tilting. I just keep dying to everyone, and I didn't know how to use the weapons properly and stuff like that. On the first day, I was like, oh god, I was like, why am I playing this? But I was like, let me just continue playing, because just because Flash games being discontinued, I was like, let me just carry on playing. And I basically played for the day. I played for like an hour or so. No, like 2 hours by myself, just trying to like win games and stuff. And then I won like a few games, which is good. And then I exited out of the game. And then I went to the menu of the game. And then I just saw this Discord icon at the bottom. I was like, oh, this looks interesting. I was like, they have a Discord. That's pretty cool. So I clicked on that, and I downloaded Discord like the same year, 2020, but I downloaded it in like May, because I was playing a previous game called Trackmania United Forever, which is like a really good racing game. So I was playing that, and I downloaded Discord for that because I was part of a team in that game. But anyway, that's a bit of a sidetrack. But yeah, so I clicked on the Discord link for Smash Cards. So I clicked on that, and yeah, it's just a really nice community. Like, just said hello to everyone. It's like, I remember I was so like I was one of those like annoying novices, just like asking everyone to like 1v1, or just like asking for games. So I was doing that like in the wrong channels, like general, off topic. I was just doing it everywhere, which was interesting. But then I finally just started to play with some people, and I was just getting beat like all over, like left, right, and center. I was just getting destroyed by like this pro, like this OG pro back in the day called she goes by many names, but I think her name, at least what I remember her, was Lily Cena or something like that. Yeah. I don't know. The OGs would remember her, like Shawnee Shawn and like that. But yeah, she was like one of the OG like pros, like really, really top pros in the game. Her and then Headcase as well, which many people would know her. Headcase. So I was playing with them like straight off the bat. I was getting destroyed. And yeah, I just from that I just carried on playing just for a few days. Wanted to get better because I was like, well, I'm getting beat by girls. I was like, wait, what's going on? Like, I don't know why I took it so personally, but yeah, I was like, oh no, I gotta keep on playing, man. I gotta beat these people. So I was like, okay, I carried on playing for some few days. And I just started to enjoy the game. So yeah, like when I started to get more wins and stuff. And yeah, that was pretty cool. But anyway, I'm rambling on. But yeah, that's when I started the game anyway, December 3rd, 2020. Yeah.
But what made you keep playing the game? I mean, for example, for me, when I saw SK, I was, oh my god, this is so such a childish game, and I was like, I'm not gonna play this. So,
Mm.
what was the reason behind playing for
Um,
such a long time?
yeah, so I think the reason why I continued to play was definitely because of the Discord. Like, if it wasn't for the Discord, I definitely wouldn't be playing for as long as I have. Because I just would have got it was just feeling very lonely and frustrating. But then because of the Discord, like I really enjoyed just playing with the community, you know, just like posting codes and looking for general or in looking for game and stuff like that, and just joining other people's games, just continuing to play, and especially playing with pros, like it like motivated me to like want to, you know, become better and stuff like that. So I think that definitely motivated me to continue playing the game for so long, was trying to beat the top players, and then eventually wanted to become like a top player. uh, so yeah, I think that's definitely my biggest motivation.
What
Yes,
was your favorite? What was your favorite map when you first started? Like, where were you like playing mostly?
Yeah, I think a lot of people know this, but Smash Island, that was definitely my favorite map. And yeah, I just enjoyed um the fact that, you know, it was like just very simple map. It was good for like, you know, reverse driving like into item boxes as well. Like I started to do that a lot like in Smash Island. I was like, it has like an easy layout. And yeah, it's very good for getting like quite high amount of kills like in the game or getting high scores.
And
So
this
yeah,
was
I definitely enjoyed that map. And in fact, the first map, it's a side question, but the first map I ever played on in Smash Cards was Stecky Speedway. I remember that.
that's
And
what I thought you were gonna say originally.
yeah. I forgot to say that. Yeah, that was my first map I played on Stecky Speedway. So I didn't like that map for a long time. Yeah.
And then were you focused when you started playing? Um, did you like know that there was? When did you like develop like when there was like high scores? Like when did you become
Um.
motivated to like go for like a high score in the game?
Well, I remember like I got like my first like 20 score, like I got 20 dead on Smash Island like 2 weeks, like in 2 weeks of playing the game. So after I got that, I was like, oh, this is really cool. Like you know, I'm just gonna continue to try and get some high scores, because I think like within 2 weeks I was, again, because I was playing with pros a lot, like literally on the first day I was playing with pros and stuff. I had access to that, which I'm really grateful for. And that's like one of the perks of being in the community, like, you know, even the top players are like really friendly and like invited me to games, you know. So that was really cool. But yeah, like, yeah, ever since I got that 20 on Smash Island, I was like, you know, I'm motivated to get high scores and just try and keep improving like in my FFA skills. So yeah, I think that was kind of like my first inspiration or motivation to continue to try and get high scores on the game and just try and get better.
Oh, I have another good question for you. Who was the first
Okay.
person you ever 1v1'd?
Um yeah, it was the Lily Cena player. That was the first person I 1v1. So like she was like one of the best in the game like back in the day, like in 2020 and 2021. So that was literally the first person I 1v1, and I was getting destroyed. and yeah, it took me a while before like I finally beat her. So yeah, that was the first person I 1v1.
Did you play in any tournament with her?
Unfortunately not. No, there wasn't like at that time there wasn't even tournaments like in even in late 2020. The first tournament was a 1v1 tournament, like a 1 day 1v1 tournament. And that was in like when was it? I think it was in the summer of 2021. Yeah, like summer or spring of 2021. So, and at the time, like she was playing a lot during like that time, like late 2020 to early 2021. But then after that, like she became more inactive. So I unfortunately I didn't get to play in a tournament with her to my recollection. Yeah.
Oh, I see. So she quit SK soon after.
She didn't quit straight away. She just played a lot less, and then yeah, by like maybe autumn 2021, yeah, she pretty much quit. Yeah, I didn't see her again.
About your SK username, can you please tell us more about this? I know.
About why I chose the name OutRun.
Yeah, why did you choose OutRun as a username? I know the answer, but
Yeah,
maybe some people don't know.
yeah. So yeah, the reason why I chose the name OutRun was because I just named myself after like my favorite childhood game, called OutRun 2006 Coast to Coast. So I used to play that racing game a lot when I was younger, and yeah, I was like, let me just name myself after that. I didn't have any other names that I could think of. I mean, okay, actually that's a lie. I did have like quite a few names that I was like kind of going by, like especially when I first started playing. But then I definitely decided to stick with OutRun because like I think that's pretty unique. Like no one's named after that. And like I was quite good at like racing games. So yeah, I was quite fast in the racing games. So I was like, you know what? Yeah, let me just name myself after my favorite childhood game and try and live by my name and try and be fast in the game as well. Like, having like fast reaction speed, like fast turning and stuff like that. So I was like, yeah, let me name myself that, and hopefully, yeah, people will know me to be outrun, like to be fast in the game. So, yeah.
And after playing both OutRun and Smash Cards, which one do you like more?
Yeah, I think definitely yeah, Smash Cuts. I would say Smash Cuts because I mean the thing with Outrun is with Outrun 2006, it's a great game. Like but it's quite repetitive. Like it's a really old game. It's like basically only 30 maps altogether, and it's quite fun. The mechanics of the game is fun in the Outrun 2006, but that's kind of the main thing. And if you just keep on playing it for a long time and like master the mechanics and stuff and all the stages in the game, then yeah, it gets quite repetitive. So yeah, definitely Smash Cuts, I'll say, because it's always new things in the game, in my
Yeah,
opinion. I mean, maybe the mechanics are of course the same, but it's not like the same type of experience you have in the game where like in Outrun, like when you're racing, there's just like a particular line you take every time to get the fastest times. But of course in Smash Karts, you're driving differently all the time. Like it's completely different situations and environments every time. So yeah, that's definitely more enjoyable in my opinion. So yeah, I'll definitely say Smash Cuts.
yeah,
And then I have
it's much
one
more
question.
complex.
So
Sorry, say it real.
no, that's okay. You can go ahead.
No.
So
when did you add Road to Pro? Because that's like it's to me it's like the perfect name. Like,
okay, so basically, when I added the Road to Pro, so I guess most people would say like in 2021, I was like one of like the like top players in the game, like kind of undisputed because of like just like tournament wins and like some high scores, but mostly like just playing with a lot of people like in the looking for game stuff and in looking for game channel, and it's like playing 1v1s and FFAs. Like I was quite strong in those game modes. So yeah, I guess most people say my peak was definitely like 2021 to like early 2022. And then and I had like exams and stuff like that, so I couldn't play much in like the middle of 2022. Um and then in late 2022 I had to change device because I was moving to uni. So I had to change my device to a laptop. So before I was playing on like a desktop. But then I changed to a laptop. And then yeah, I didn't have a great start on the laptop, that's for sure. I was just having problems left, right, and center. Um, like at first, I initially thought it was a keyboard issue for the longest period of time, and that was like really frustrating. But then, yeah, so basically during that time, it was like really difficult to play. I definitely wasn't playing at my best at all. Basically, from like late 2022 to when was I say late 22 to like 2023, really, like the whole year. So I decided to kind of like, try and reset and just try and get back to like the level I was before. So yeah, I kind of gave myself that little subtitle name of like road to pro, because I wanted to like, become pro again, and like get back to my previous high level of playing.
And
So yeah, that's why I named myself that for some time.
then of course it makes sense. And then do you remember the first tournament that you were a part of?
Yes, I do. Yeah. So it was the first ever 1v1 tournament. Um and yeah, I was playing in that. But unfortunately I like literally on the day I had to visit one of my aunties. So I wasn't able to play on my desktop PC. So I had to play on like this yeah, I had to play on my phone in the end actually. Yeah, I had to play on my phone like literally on the way to my auntie's house. So I had to play on my phone, and I got all the way to the finals. But then I was beaten by Alpha Zero in the end, who again was like the OG top player. And yeah, he won the first ever Smash Cuts tournament. But then I came second, so that was pretty good. But yeah, I do remember playing that. It was I was quite nervous because yeah, I was playing on phone. I was like, I'm not gonna get very far, but I definitely got a lot further than I thought I would. So that was great. But after that, I never really played on phone again.
Just because of that experience.
Yeah.
When did you win your first tournament?
So yeah, as I said, that tournament was like, uh, that was like I said, like maybe mid 2021. I mean, if I even go to like, I think it should still be in tournament winners. Like if I check, yeah, it was yeah, that was right. Yeah, summer 2021, like the 23rd of the 7th. So July. Yeah, so July 2021. That was the first ever tournament. Alpha Zero came first, and then I came second, and then Shawnee Sean came third. So yeah,
You're in good company.
yeah.
And so back then, what did they have to choose from? Like, was it always the same? Like, what did you choose as your first prize?
Oh, I couldn't choose anything because there was only one prize at the time. It was just the
Oh, there wasn't
trophy
any.
hats.
Oh, okay.
In fact, no, yeah, no. At that time, there wasn't even like tournament items. Like at the time, I just won like coins. So I won
Oh,
coins for that tournament. I won like because I came second, I won 75,000. Yeah, 75K coins. But then it was only in the second tournament. After the second tournament, then they released the trophy hat items as well as points. So when I got that trophy hat after the second tournament, a bit later than that, then they also said that they're gonna award um the winners, the top three from the first tournament with a tournament with trophy hats for whatever position they came. So I won the silver trophy hat. Um, that tournament.
How would you describe your first experience in an official tournament? How did
Man,
you
my
feel
experience.
back then?
Well, like I said, it was more stressful than I thought it was gonna be. That's for sure. Playing on a completely different device, like a phone. Like it wasn't even just like a different like PC or a laptop. I had to play on the phone, which is like playing on a
It was
completely different
tough, yeah.
platform. Yeah, for my first tournament. So yeah, I was definitely stressed out by that. I was like, no, I could have like got like a good position or won the tournament, but I'm gonna have to play on the phone. And I was like, I'm not gonna get very far. But as I said, I was quite surprised by how far I got in the tournament playing on phone. So yeah, I was pretty happy with that in the end.
And after this tourney, I guess there were some teams tourney as well, as far as I know. So which was the first team that you were part of?
Yeah, so my first team was a team called Noob Slayers. And yeah, I created that team, and I uh I invited another like OG player, Tom Cruise, and another really strong player called Hyperbola, who got the like the first high score, like the first
Yeah.
ever like top high score, 31 in Smash Island. So yeah, I invited those two, along with another player called Neon, who was like a sub player. And yeah, that was our first team, and we played um in the teams tournament. And yeah, it was really fun playing with those guys. Like I had a really good experience with them, like really good players. And yeah, I really enjoyed playing
And
with
back
them.
then, despite being from different regions, you guys were able to play together as a team. I mean, in the same tourney. It was a bit
Yes.
different than things are now, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So they were both from like Asia service, and I was like the only Europe guy. So that was quite an experience, but yeah, we were still able to play pretty well. Yeah.
Did you got a trophy back then with the Noob Slayers?
Yeah, so in the end, in our tournament we came third, unfortunately. We didn't get like, the first place that we were expecting. For various reasons. But yeah, we got third place, so we got well, at least I got the third place topper at the time, yeah, because they introduced toppers now into the tournament item pool.
Oh, I
So
see.
I got like a topper, yeah, but third place topper.
And how this project Noob Slayers came to an end? Because I think you guys were doing pretty well in the tourney since you got the third place.
Yeah, that's a good question. I'm trying to remember how it really ended.
You have to
Uh,
really remember.
yeah.
Look back.
Oh man,
Yeah. It's
put me on
it's
the
years ago.
yeah, it's put me on the spot now. How did it end? It was okay. Let me see. So that tournament was that first tournament we played was like in early 2022. It was like February. And after that time, I think uh oh man, I want to be honest. I want to like get it right as to like how it actually ended, but um yeah, I think it just kind of parted ways. No, but it wasn't like just because of like we didn't do as well in that tournament. But yeah, I think it just got like more inactive. And oh yeah, I know, yeah. There was an issue with at the time the issue with Tom Cruise like being on the server as well. Um that hit us quite hard. So then yeah, we were down by like one player. So after that we kind of just like discontinued the team because like Tom Cruise had to leave, and then Neon and Hyperbola became more like inactive. So after that, we just decided to stop just like discontinue the team.
Oh, I see.
How long was the team together for?
Uh, Again, it's another good question. I think we were together for no, it's basically like as soon as the teams mode actually came out, that was basically when we started. So that was like that was in like 2021, and that was like one of the biggest full team updates like in history. So yeah, literally that was when we started. So it must have been like late 2021.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
whenever teams came out.
4 years ago.
Yeah, a long time
Wow.
ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I can remember Teams was the 0.8 update, but I can't exactly remember when that came out. But yeah, 0.8 is a long time ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
For 4 years or so. And after
yeah.
Noob Slayer, did you join any other team?
So after that, again I created another team, but this time with another like extremely top player, especially in 1v1, called SK User, or it was now known as Void. But yeah, so we named that team PD, which is Project Destroy.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, so I was with SK User and and Hyper. I think was it Hyperbola. Oh, again, my memory is failing me. um, yeah, I think it was yeah, it was definitely SK User. Um, and who else? Oh, and NA, yes, and NA,
Oh,
and then and Hyperbola was in there as well. Um, so
wow. So you
he
four were in
became
the
like
same
admin.
team. That's amazing.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
And
like only pro players at this time.
yeah.
yeah, exactly.
That's
Yeah.
all.
Like
That's all it was.
yeah,
And
yeah.
And
how long did that team last for?
Uh, that team lasted for basically like almost straight after Loop Slayer. So let's say like spring 2022 till September, I would say 2022. So like yeah, so for like several months we had that team. But unfortunately, like one of the tournaments that they played in, I wasn't able to play because of my exams, which is so annoying. And yeah, they uh, they really could have used my input because like they did well, of course, but again, they wasn't able to win in the end. They got second place, but I think if I definitely played, we could have got a better result. Um, so yeah, that was quite unfortunate, but
But
it,
back then with the tournaments, you guys couldn't like reschedule to like a better time.
no, yeah, they wasn't able to do like a reschedule. Like it was right in the middle of my exam, so like around May 2022.
it wasn't a spot or
No, that one was actually multi-day tournament.
oh, I see.
Yeah, but still, like, it didn't matter because obviously my exams were multi-day. It wasn't just one day. My exams were like like a whole month. So yeah, I wasn't able to participate there, unfortunately.
And after this, NA and SK user became BBF, and you joined BR.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So
This is what we all want to hear.
yeah, about
This
BR.
is it.
How did you guys come together, and who came up with the idea?
Yeah, so basically there was like kind of two phases. So a player called Dragon Master 19, he basically created the team. So he gathered all the players. So
He's the OG.
yes, so he like invited Excellence. So like he invited people from like pros from teams which had like disbanded basically. So Excellence used to be in a team called United Titans, I think, or like UT, like that was the initial. So
I've heard of that
he
back
was
in the day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
UT, and then yeah, so he was playing in that team, and then that disbanded. And then obviously me, I obviously disbanded from Project Destroy. And then that was basically the three players at the time. And then literally just in time for the first BR tournament that we played in, then Diamond Blade came on the scene in
Oh
like
God.
late 2022. And then we invited him because of his high scores and stuff like that. So we were really trying to find a fourth player. And at the time, because we didn't know him, he was kind of more like a sub player. But yeah, at the time, of course, we didn't know him. So yeah, we invited him because of his high scores and stuff like that. And yeah, that was
Imagine this. Imagine what you're
Yeah.
saying right now. You're like,
Yeah.
Diamond Blade was on our bench. You know, this is crazy.
I know, right? Sacrilegious to even say.
Yeah. Yeah, my fourth person is Diamond Blade. No big deal.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah.
And how'd you guys come up with the name Burning Rubber though?
Yeah, so I came up with the name. And yeah, I was just thinking again, we need like a really cool name. Maybe some name just a bit less cringy than Project Destroy and New Slave. I was like, yeah, let's figure a name that's like really cool. Like maybe 2 words or something like that. And yeah, I was like, burning rubber sounds pretty cool. You burn rubber like when you're driving a car.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was thinking, and again, also there was kind of like a racing game I used to play, which was like on the lines of that name. So that kind of inspired it as well. So a lot of racing games. But yeah, I was like, yeah, like burning rubber, that can be a really cool iconic name. I was like, yeah, let's stick with that.
Which were the other options for team's name, if you remember?
If I remember, I don't think there was really any other options. Everyone really liked that name, so we just decided to stick with that. Yeah, we just decided to go with that. We really like the name, so yeah.
And then I'm guessing when you guys first played your tournament together, it was first place?
Pardon?
So when you first played your tournament as like a team tournament as Burning Rubber,
Yeah.
first place?
Yes, it was. Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. We got the first place. Yeah, that was really that was a great tournament. One of my favorite tournaments we ever played in for sure. Yeah.
Do you remember?
What a great start.
Do you remember in which maps did you play back then in that tourney, and how did you feel about the tourney while playing?
So yeah, again, like how I felt personally, I was like, oh, I just hope I don't let the team down, because again, I was playing like really inconsistently at the time, so I was like, oh, I'm just gonna get carried or something like that. I was like, gonna let down the team, so I was pretty nervous and stressed out. I was like, I just want to do well for the team. But yeah, except from that, I was definitely excited because of the lineup. I was like, this lineup is really strong, and especially since you've got like experienced players, like Excellence and myself, and then we had this Prodigy Diamond Blade on the team. And I was like, yeah, I think we do have a good opportunity to get a W here. So yeah, definitely optimistic. And as for maps, the only map I really remember was like the semi-final and final maps, which you played. You played at the time it wasn't PBF. I think it was KDA, but it was like basically like the PBF team. So like it was Arrow, SK User, Darkrai, like those players. So we played them, and yeah, I just remember like the semi-final and the final maps, which was Graveyard.
And I do have a question about like what was the chemistry like with all of you being together? Like how often did you guys like practice? Like how many hours a week did you guys practice? And like how did you guys develop to being so good? Because like in say like sports, for example, sometimes when you put so many superstars on one team,
Yes.
it doesn't always go, as you want it.
No.
But how'd you guys make it work?
Yes, so I think the way we made it work was we just had really good communication. That was the thing. Like we all had we were all speaking in the voice chat at the time. Oh, actually, at the time, Darren Blade wasn't speaking, but I don't think he had a mic. So at the time, he wasn't speaking. But me and me and Excellence, we had really good communications. That's like really important in tournaments. So yeah, we had really good comms, and yeah, we practiced a lot. Like we were just practicing together, and we played like we didn't just practice teams. We practiced like 1v1s and FFAs, just so that we would get the gist of like playing against each other, and like we understand how each of us play and where our strengths and weaknesses are. So I think that was definitely beneficial to our success as a team.
So you basically kind of sync from the start, let's say. You had that kind of good chemistry.
Yes, yeah, we had the good chemistry, especially because of our communication. So that was quite vital to our chemistry and our consistency.
Since we are talking about PR, I saw someone asking in the chat if you would like to meet your teammate in real life one day.
Oh, yeah, yeah, that would be pretty cool. Yeah, that would be very interesting. I did like jokingly always ask like the team members like when are we gonna have an IRL meetup. I was thinking of like having an IRL meetup with Excellence because he also, he's also British. So I was like, oh, I definitely got to meet him one day. Obviously, down there it'll be a lot harder because he's all the way in the US. But yeah, Excellence. Like I definitely got to meet him in real life one day.
I mean, you've known each other for years.
Yes, exactly.
You know.
Yeah.
I see that people are asking a lot of questions in the chat. So we are going to make a list with all of your questions and ask OutRun before ending the live stream, guys. Go ahead, Royal.
Oh, so all right. So OutRun. So 1v1. So who's probably like one of the hardest players like on Burner Rubber to play? Like for you, who gives you like a real challenge every time?
Well, actually, I think everyone knows.
This is a good question.
Yeah, everyone knows the answer to that one. Actually, Diamond Blade, yeah. Yeah, he's just an alien. Oh my god, especially in 1v1. Like, even at my peak, like, it was just pretty much impossible to beat him. Like, because he just, like, his positioning was, like, just so perfect, and his game sense is, like, next level. Like, even though, like, I had the mechanics and stuff, like, I had the speed, I had the quick reaction times, it's just, like, he's always, like, 2 steps ahead. Like, he knew what I was going to do next, and because of that, it made me vulnerable, and then he would obviously get the kill. So yeah, it was just definitely downgrade. Hands down. Yeah, that was play a little 1v1. I remember the first time I 1v1 him, I was just like losing, and I was literally playing. I think I live streamed as well because I was just like inviting people to 1v1 at the time, like just on Discord. I was live streaming as well. I was like, oh my god, it's humiliating. I was just like consistently losing, and then I was like, oh wow, I've got some work to do because again at the time, like Diamond Blade was like, yeah, seen as kind of like prodigy and this like newbie to the server, but he's actually been playing for a very long time. He's been playing since May 2020, so like months more than I have. But yeah, at the time he was new to the server, so obviously people didn't know like how good he was. But yeah, like definitely when he 1v1 me, I was completely shocked. Yeah, I was flabbergasted.
And then I have another question. So with Burner Rubber, what advice would you give to a new team that's come together and like wants to be the best in the game?
Yeah, so I think advice I would say communication, like make sure you guys communicate, with communicate on voice chat especially. Like the communication is like literally like 50% of the way if you wanna win tournaments consistently. Like you need good communication and you need really good teamwork. Obviously that's cliche, but you do really need good teamwork because as I said, like as you were saying, like all of the times when the top, like in sports when the top athletes or top sportsmen or women play together, and sometimes it does not go well at all just because of egos and stuff. But I think with us, because we were a new team and we were just, playing our first tournament, all we wanted to do was just, you know, play our best, which meant that we had to come up with a strategy and make sure that we were all playing to serve the team, not just like ourselves. So yeah, I think just making sure that you communicate well and that um you don't overreach your boundaries like as a team player. um don't be selfish when you're playing. You gotta make sure that you're aware of what your teammates doing when they have the best opportunity to get a kill, or when they have the better position to go for a play. So yeah, I think definitely voice chat communication is crucial, and yeah, making sure that you play like every team, like every game mode. So like not just playing teams, but 1v1 in FFA, and also make sure you're like scrimming other teams. So playing other top teams, like in whether it be looking for game or even just like making a group chat with different teams. Like I remember we did that for a while when we were waiting for a teams tournament. So like we were playing against other top teams in like private DMs, private group chats. I mean, so we were playing other strong teams for a long time, and we just kept getting better and better, and other teams started to get better and better as well. So we just had to make sure that we um we had to make sure that we were staying consistent and keep winning. Yeah, so that'll be my advice for any other teams trying to win team tournaments.
And then the toughest team that you've ever played against for Burner Rubber?
Good question. Wow. I think it was definitely like KDA/PBF. That's definitely our hardest team that we played against. Like that was really difficult. And I think maybe like for other, like when I'm obviously playing the tournaments, I think others will maybe say like TNJ. That was a really hard team for like downweight excellence to play against. But yeah, for me, like the games that I've played with them, yeah, I'd definitely say like PBF is definitely the toughest team because they have such strong players, and they have like a really aggressive play style, which can definitely threw us off at the beginning. We played against them.
Since you have been playing this game for so many years, how would you describe each stage of the scale? Let's say 21, 23, 24, 25, and the first year of SK. If you would be to compare these years and stages of SK, both on Discord and in the game, how would you describe them?
Yeah. Okay. So with I think the year, so obviously I just started like very late 2020, so I guess the beginning of that was frustration and enjoyment, because I definitely enjoyed it. As I said, being in the Discord and playing with people and looking for game, and occasionally going on like voice chats and stuff. Like I remember like the first time going on the voice chat with Sean, like he's such a great guy to chat with, and a great player, so I definitely enjoyed that. Enjoyed playing with him. So yeah, 2020 was pretty fun. And then 2021 was kind of like when things got more serious. I was like playing a lot more, playing with people and looking for game, winning tournaments that I was playing in. So that was probably one of my best years in the game. 2021 was a great year for me. What else? Yeah, so yeah, I feel like playing in tournaments and stuff was great. Playing a lot more people, a lot more players, and yeah, just playing very consistently, being at the top, winning a lot of 1v1s. Yeah, 2021 was a great year. And then 2022 was quite mixed. I'll say like, yeah, the first half of 2022 was great. Like again, just continuing my like domination like in the game. And then I guess in the latter stages, because I had like exams and stuff, and then change of environment, change of device, then it got a bit more difficult playing the game. I was still playing, like I still enjoyed it, but yeah, it was definitely it definitely felt a lot different. Like, definitely lost like quite a bit of confidence like, in the game and stuff. But I continued playing. I was optimistic that I'd find a solution to whatever was going on. And then 2023, what was 2023? That was when I started like doing like streaming and stuff. So that was quite interesting. So yeah, I was streaming on my YouTube channel, in various different things. Like also at first I was streaming OutRun 2006, but then of course I started to stream more like SK and stuff, and that was quite enjoyable. It was quite entertaining. Like people coming to watch my live streams and videos. That was quite fun. Doing various things like maybe world records hunting or the infamous character token opening that everyone was really funny. That was fun. It was encouraging to see that I could be like quite entertaining as well as like a pro player. So that was pretty cool. So yeah, 2023 was good, especially like late 2023 because I improved quite a bit as well. That was great. And then 2024. Oh wow, God, where I start? Yeah, with 2024, the beginning was like incredibly good. Like, I basically found the reason why I was struggling. And then when I figured that out, I started playing like very well again. Like, even started to like, beat down Blade and stuff like in some FFA games, and some 1v1s as well. Like I was like, oh my God, like, I've regained my dominance probably. Like so I was playing like a lot with Dan Blade and I was like, oh, this is great, life was great. And then basically like in when is it now? In like March, April, my life changed quite a bit. Let me say that. And yeah, it was a big shift. So let me cut to the chase. It's actually quite serious. So, I don't think everyone's heard this properly. I mean, I've alluded to some stuff like in the chat, like in general, but not many people know this at all. So, I had like a really bad issue like with my mental health. So like I had to basically step aside from a lot of things. And I had like really bad insomnia, like stress, which is because of like a lot of stress from uni because I was studying a course and it wasn't what I thought it was. So that kind of stressed me out a lot. And then because of that, I had like really bad sleep. So after that, I what was it? Yeah, like I was just like really, really out of it, kind of like how do I describe it? So it was kind of like psychosis. So
Yeah.
that was not great at all. So I had to like step aside from a lot of things. I had to recover and stuff. I had to like take medication and all that. So that was a really bad experience. But thankfully that is in the past now. So yeah, definitely doing a lot better now. But yeah, so that happened, and then yeah, I haven't obviously been playing SK as much recently now, at all. So yeah, like, and the reason for that is like for many reasons. Like obviously at the time I was still like recovering a lot, so it was quite hard to like even just like play like do simple stuff like play games or whatever. And then yeah, as well as that, yeah, some reason I was having like issues with the laptop again, which is not helpful at all. So I was like, you know what, let me just kind of like step aside from the game for a bit. And again, as I said, I don't know how long it's going to be for, but yeah, basically, yeah, the first half of 2024 was pretty good, but yeah, it's kind of been a bit of like a, no, let's see,
It's been a
yeah,
no. It's been a challenge,
yeah, yeah.
of course, yeah. But we're
So,
we all hope that we're all glad that you're okay, and
yeah,
we're glad to have you like like somewhat back in the community, and
yeah,
of course like your mental health and you as a person is the most important thing.
yeah, 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 yeah.
And Yeah, no, definitely glad to that you're okay. Because I do remember seeing that in general chat, you mentioning it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that moment as well, and I was, oh my god, this is so sad. Why? Why this is happening?
Mm.
And I think this happened soon after you got that high score in Snow Shrine, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, it was a bit after. It was like around like early April. Yeah, and I got that high score I got in the Snow Shrine was like in January, so it was some months after. Yeah.
I
Do you
remember.
like that map?
Well,
I'm sorry, or something.
Okay.
no, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, I like them. I was just playing it a lot because obviously there was a new map in the season 6 update, and I was playing on it for some time, and obviously I got kind of like my mojo back at the same time. So I was like, okay, let me just try and go for a high score. I wasn't trying to get a 28 score. I was just trying to get like 23. I was trying to get the
Yeah, that's what they all say.
one.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, but yeah, surprisingly, like I got like 20. I was like, that's one of my favorite high scores in the game for sure. Like that
28 in Snow Shrine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say that 28 times.
Yeah. Yeah, that was I was like, after that score, I was like, yeah, I think I'm definitely back to like my prime level of gameplay. So just
Oh.
continue to start playing after that. Like doing a lot of 1v1 phase, and yeah, I was definitely having a good time in the game at the time. So that was good. Yeah.
How was the experience when you got that high score? Because I remember we were on Friendly SK watching a movie or something like that. You joined, and
Yeah.
at some point after the movie ended, you stream, and you were playing in Snow Shrine trying to get a high score. And
Yeah.
after I went to sleep, you were keep playing, and when I woke up, I saw your high score, and I was like, "Oh my god, he did it! Let's go!"
Yeah, yes. I literally played like in the like throughout the whole night. I was just grinding. I was like, you know what? No, I have the skills to get this high score. I don't know why I'm not getting. I was getting so unlucky at the time. Um, just like really annoying players or just
Yeah,
what else? Yeah, just not getting good items or whatever it may be. Like I was definitely I definitely had the skill at the time to get a high score. I was like, come on, I just want to get 23. At the time I had 22. I was just like one more kill, that's all I want. But yeah, like to my surprise, I remember like I tried everything like to the point where I was like, you know what, let me even change servers. So remember I got the high score literally at 5 a.m. for my in my time. So at 5 a.m. I was like, let me just change to India servers because all the European people are basically just off now. So there's not gonna be enough players in the lobbies. So I decided to go to India servers and play there. And played a few games and then I just got this really good lobby. Literally, I got like I think also just chatting as well. I remember like Phoenix Lord and some other people were in the VC chat at the time. So I think that helped to like make it less stressful, like put less pressure on myself. I think.
yeah.
So I was just chatting with them and just playing. So yeah, I remember I was just playing. And I got like 23 and like I got 23 with like 30 seconds to spare. I was like, okay, good. I've got the world record, but the high score. So let me just carry on. I've got time. So I was like, let me just go for one more, something like that, or a couple of more kills. And then I got like a really good spike kill combo. And I was like, oh wow. I was like already up to like 26. I just got 3 more kills like with the spikes. I was like, whoa, 26, this is great. I was like, I still got time on the clock. And then I think did I die again or something? I can't remember. But I got the spikes and then but then that was like, some seconds after the 30-second mark when I got the 23. So after lost some time. But then I got the spikes and then I got I think I got like a nuke shot and then a rocket shot kill. And then I was already up to 28. And then I could have got another guy with the cannons, but somehow just like, just those annoying base cannons somehow didn't kill him. Like it fell directly on him, but he probably
Rick
just,
cannons.
This is
yeah.
this is the one kill in his career that got away.
Yeah, but I didn't care because I was already on 28, and then there was your time ran out, and I went crazy on the. I went crazy on the voice chat, man. I was ecstatic, man. I was like, finally, like a really good high score. I hadn't got a really good high score in like a year at least. So that was amazing. Like the feeling was great. And I was like, yeah, man, it's definitely one of my biggest highlights in SK. Sure.
Also about your career, do you have some players that inspire you to become such a great escape player? And if you have some, what was so special about them that you, I don't know, you found some things interesting in them and start learning things from them and became such a good player?
Yeah, so definitely for me, there was a player called at the time he was like undisputed best. Yeah, a player called Rambo Renegade. Um, yeah, he was like a really great OG player, and I just heard a lot of things about him from the Lily Cena player, like I referred to at the beginning of the podcast. And apparently he was like training her as well. So he was doing a lot of 1v1s with her, and that's how she got like really good. So I was like, okay, well, at the time, like I was beating her. I was like, hey, this is good. And I heard about this Rambo Renegade person. I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta play him, man. So I was like, searching for him, like DMing him. Oh, I really want to play with you. Like I heard you're the best player. I want to like play against you and see how good you are. Um, and yeah, eventually I started to play with him, and I was playing quite well myself at the time. So I remember like the first time I played with him was on Sticky Speedway, and we just kept alternating wins. So I think I won first, and then he won, and then I won again, then he won. So it was like back and forth for some time. And then I think I got maybe 2 wins in a row. And then I was like, oh, okay, this is good. Like, I guess I beaten him like altogether in that those games. So I was like, okay, this is quite encouraging for me. It's like, and just continue playing with other people and maybe play against him another time. So yeah, I think he was probably like my biggest inspiration at the time. Like Rambo Renegade, like he's an amazing player, and yeah, like what was so special about him? He was again really good strategically, and he had a lot of game sense. He'd been playing the game for a long time, literally since the beginning. And he'd been playing the game for a very very long time. Really good strategist, and yeah, incredibly good aim, and really good at like getting my weaknesses, which was at the time like defense. Like I wasn't really good defensively, but also had a good attack because I had like good attack and good speed because that was kind of what I was known for at the time. So and good cart control. I think that's what most people say is that biggest like my biggest advantage about me was like my cart control. So yeah, I think that was kind of like the meta at the time, like cart control and stuff like that. Like I have a really unique way of playing, which yeah, I don't think any other player I've seen plays like me when it comes to like cart control. So yeah, that was interesting. Yeah.
And then one more question. When do you think you'll be back 100% playing?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's a good question. I knew it was gonna come. When will I be back 100%? Well, currently I'm still on my laptop. I am hoping to get a new one eventually, which hopefully will resolve my issues. But yeah, at the moment, it's just the game is just not running well. And other games as well are not running well on the laptop. I have no idea why. At the time, I think when I came back from when I started playing SK again, like after obviously what I talked about before, when I started playing SK again, um, it felt kind of different, but I think it was probably because I was still recovering and like obviously I wasn't as aware at the time. Like I wasn't like my headspace wasn't in the right place. So I think at the time obviously I lost a lot of skill and stuff. But I thought there was kind of like something wrong with the laptop, which now and when in hindsight I don't think there was. I just wasn't like obviously fully recovered. I was taking like different medications, and obviously it made me like quite tired, and made me a bit less aware, and like I didn't have as fast like reaction time and stuff like that. But I thought there was a problem with the laptop, so I unfortunately, regrettably, reset the laptop. So I basically lost all my settings and my applications and stuff from the laptop. And I started again, and then the game did not feel the same after. Like I was just having problems like with like running the game, and like other games on the laptop as well. And yeah, basically since then I haven't been playing as much at all, just because I've been still trying to figure out what on earth is the problem. And I'm still doing that now. So obviously I don't do as much. I'm doing like other stuff like I don't know, even like piano playing, which obviously a lot of people know I play piano a lot. I can't even play that at the moment much because I have a problem with my shoulder. Like I've got this, I'm not sure if it's a pinched nerve or something like that, but that even affects me when I'm playing SK as well because I'm using my fingers. So it's basically like whenever I use my fingers, I get this burning sensation pain like in like my it's like kind of like my shoulder, like my right shoulder. Obviously that's my dominant arm as well, my dominant hand. So like whenever I'm playing piano, or even like if I was trying to play SK for a long time, it would start hurting a lot. So that's also another reason why I haven't been playing much SK. So that's also been an issue as well. But yeah, in regards to SK, I think when I'll be back 100% would probably be when I get a new laptop. I think that will probably give me enough motivation to start playing again, because after that I shouldn't be getting any stuttering at least. But then obviously trying to find my mojo back, trying to get my consistency back, trying to get my aim back and all that stuff will probably take some time and getting adjusting to the new device. So yeah, I would say probably when I'll be back for sure, maybe later on in the year, September, or I don't know. Hopefully I'll be back before GTA 6 comes out.
Oh yeah, it's coming.
Yeah. It's coming.
It's coming.
I'll run back an SK before GTA 6.
Since you mentioned the piano, I have one more question for you, and after this we can start with our listener questions. Apart from our as a legend in SK, what can you tell us about the OutRun as a person? What hobbies do you have? What do you enjoy doing when you are not playing any games?
Yeah,
He plays piano.
Yeah.
For
So
sure.
I've been playing piano for a very long time. That's basically my big passion, man. So yeah, playing piano, being a musician, being a composer, so like creating music as well as playing piano. That is like my biggest thing. I've been playing that for a very long time. That is like my biggest passion. I just completely love it. Like I love everything about it. And what else? Yeah, I enjoy playing football, and table tennis. Football and table tennis are like my two big sports, which I'm playing again. Yeah, so I think those two things, and then me as a person, how do I describe myself? Yeah, another thing I've been getting into recently, especially like since I haven't been playing as much SK, is bowling. Like I've been trying to get really good at bowling, because before like I was really inconsistent at bowling, but I've been playing a lot recently and I've started to get pretty good. Like I'm getting like at least like maybe two or three strikes per game. So I'm trying to increase my strike count per game. So that's been quite interesting because it's all about, aim and precision and stuff like that, which is qualities you can find in SK. So that's been quite enjoyable. So yeah, that's another thing. But then yeah, me as a person, I'll say I'm quite driven. So it's like if I put my mind to something and I want to become the best at it, best believe I'm going to become the best at it eventually. I'm going to find a way, whether it be intense research at the thing I'm trying to be, the thing I'm trying to be good at, or just a lot of hard work and practice, not trying to find any shortcuts or anything like that, or stuff like that. Just a lot of dedication and practice, but also thinking smart, like how can I improve the quickest? How can I improve? How can I learn more things about whatever I'm trying to get good at? What else? And yeah, when I'm trying to get good at something, I'm probably not going to be the best at first. Like, for example, with SK, I was a complete noob. Like, I had no raw talent at all. Like, I was just completely losing. I was getting frustrated as well at the time. I was like, I didn't even like I didn't even like the game at first.
He's
But
like,
then
only for 2 weeks though.
Yeah. 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 It was actually the same with. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention about this as well. Like even before that, so I said I was playing Trackmania before. But then even before that, another game that I was very good at was Rocket League. So I used to play that on Xbox, and again, I didn't really like that game when I started playing it. My friend forced me to play it, like at secondary school. He started playing it, and he just forced me to play. I was like, okay, I gave in and purchased the game, like New Year's Eve in like what was it, 2016? Yeah. So I just started playing that. I was rubbish at it, but then I started to, be obsessed with certain mechanics in the game, like air dribbling and stuff like that. And then started playing that. I played a lot of 1v1s in the game. And then, yeah, just started to get good at it. Started to play a bit of teams. Started to join different like voice chats on Xbox Live, stuff like that. So, yeah, I started to get really good at the game. And then I guess my peak in the game was being top 100 in the game at in 2018. I was like top 100 sometime, so that was pretty cool. So again, I was just really dedicated with that game, and yeah, I said yeah, I'm definitely quite a dedicated person when it comes to certain things.
Definitely motivated too.
Yeah,
sure.
A lot of motivation.
yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so let's see the question asked by the chat. Rishav asked about your favorite moment in games so far. Which was your favorite moment?
Moment in SK. It's a good question. I think it has to be the high score on Snow Shrine. I think that was probably my favorite moment because that was like, I've definitely reached my peak in the game again. That was just so reassuring because I had like so much like self doubt and a loss of confidence like in the 2023 year. And I was just like, I'm not gonna be good at the game again. And then when I got that score, I was like, I definitely got a lot of confidence back and stuff like that. So that was probably my favorite moment in the game, I must say. Yeah.
Okay, George asked if BR is named after the game. There's a game called Burning Rubber.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that's why I said it was inspired by by that game. I don't know why my names were inspired by like racing games I've played in the past, but yeah, it was inspired by that game. I used to play that game a lot on like mini clip and stuff like that. Again, another mini clip game. It's a flash game. So yeah, I was like Burning Rubber. That was a cool name. Let me just when I say I stole it, I don't know. I was inspired, but I guess I did.
Oh, you took it.
I just
Oh man, it's copyright. Just kidding.
The game's discontinued now, so I was like, you know what, hey, I don't think there's any harm in borrowing the name and stuff like that. So I was like, whatever. The game don't really exist anymore, so yeah.
He's like, we put the name back into it.
Yeah, exactly. You put the name
exactly. See,
yeah.
I got your back. Don't worry.
Yeah, you got my back. Thank you.
I got you, man. Yeah. See what other questions we have.
Yusuf Mohammed asked, what inspired you to become one of the great players?
I think, yeah, as I said, I think just playing against other pros, like, I just wanted to be better than them and just find a way of playing and just dominating the game that would allow me to be the best. And also, at first I used to like compare myself a lot, so I just wanted to be better than other people. But then, especially during like my peak, I was just focused on myself, like just trying to get like high scores and stuff. Like I wasn't really focused on like, like if I can just beat the other players. I wanted to destroy them. Like I wanted to be getting high scores against pros or just completely dominating the FFA, just winning games and like in the first remember this is another highlight I almost forgot was the the SKFFA tournament that Josh held again
Yeah.
quite a while ago now. I think in like 2020, that in 2021. I can't remember. But unfortunately, that one was unofficial at the time. So, but it was still enjoyable. Yeah. So we just played on some maps in the game. We played on every single map, and I won every single game except for the last one. I guess I tied with Strong, but it's still a win. But yeah, I literally won every single game and completely dominated that tournament. So that was again another highlight for me. So yeah, I think definitely just trying to beat other pros and then focusing yourself like how can you improve, how can you be consistent, and how can you stay at the top of your game for as long as possible.
I think this is related to what Gogas asked. If you have any tips, and he also asked if you use arrow keys or WSD keys when playing.
Yeah. So yeah, I use arrow keys.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too. I'm like, it's got to be arrow keys, right?
Yeah.
Really, I'm not using arrow keys. I can't.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know how you guys do it.
I'm playing with my left hand. This is why.
Yeah.
Left hand and then spacebar with your thumb, or I don't know.
For me, it's gotta be arrow keys, man.
It's gotta be. For me, it's arrow keys.
Yeah, I used to play on arrow keys, but then after I actually played on numpad because this felt so much more comfortable for me. Whereas like playing an arrow keys is like kind of lower on the keyboard, but then when I play on numpad, my hand is in like a more comfortable position, so I actually started playing numpad, and I improved a lot when I started playing numpad as well. So, yeah.
At least we learned something new today about everyone, though.
Yeah.
And then I saw another one that's a really good one. And please forgive me if I mess up the names. Jagia, I've never actually said it out loud. So she asked, do you think there's a team that can take over Burning Rubber in tournaments in the future?
Well,
it's okay if you want to just say no.
I think for now, because of our communications, I think our team is pretty unprecedented at the moment. I think our team is it's gonna dominate for a while. Until another team maybe has some get some tournament winners, maybe in the FFA or 1v1 scene, they get some tournament winners and kind of form a team and start to improve their mechanics and their strategy to the point that it's something different and something unique that BR just can't figure out. I think until then we're gonna dominate for a while. Yeah.
Becky asked you what is so special about SK compared to other games?
A lot of things. Well, the first thing I think is it's free, so you can play you can play for you can play for free. There's a lot of things you can do in the game. There's different game modes. There's a lot of things you can do for free, and the loading time is so quick. You can just get into a game straight away. I think that makes it very addictive. So yeah.
I think we have another question from George. He's asking you if you remember a 3v3 tournament in November 22, playing against Stingers and George.
November 2022. That was the first team. That was the first one we played as BR. Yes. But I don't think I remember that game. All I remember was the final. I don't have a good memory of that tournament, unfortunately. All I remember was the final. Yeah.
Okay, George, so he doesn't remember playing against you.
Yeah.
Sorry, buddy.
Sorry, George.
That's emotional damage moment.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Okay, let's see the next one. How was Rishav asked? How was your experience against the big teams or big players?
Okay. Well, against the big teams, like I said, like KDA/PBF, like that was definitely probably the hardest game that we played. Like we lost the first game with him. Fortunately, we recovered after that because we changed up our strategy. Started to play more reserved, started to defend, started to be more aware of our surroundings, stuff like that. So that was very interesting. For me, especially. And then what other players? Yeah, there's a lot of players I'd say that had to like adapt my play style and change a few things. Like even NA, like for example, like he's an amazing 1v1 player. He was playing on phone as well. And I think like phone, I don't know, playing people on phone, for me, like being like a desktop/laptop player. I don't know, I feel like their movement is definitely different because like obviously they have like a lot of players, a lot of phone players use the automatic acceleration. So sometimes it's a bit awkward, like the way they move is a bit different. So you have to adapt to that and you have to be very careful of their movements. So you have to be quite aware of that. Yeah.
I remember like I think you were like the first pro player that I ever saw when I started playing.
Oh wow. But when did you start playing?
I think 2023. Like summer 2023. And I would see you in the game and I'd be like, this guy's got trophies. I don't know what this means. I'm like, but he's really good.
Yeah. Oh wow.
We have another question from Yusuf Mohammed. I hope I spell it right. What's the tournament item you would take away for first place?
The item I'll take away, like what do you mean?
I think the
I guess
item
maybe like the choice, right?
Yeah. I think this is what he meant. The item you want to get for the first
place. There's so many now, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, the one I want to get is the trophy celebration for sure. And I think hopefully I'll be on my way to getting that because I've participated a bit in the current tournament, and I think I'll have a good chance of winning that. So yeah, hopefully I'll be able to get the trophy items after that, and then after that, that's basically the three I've ever wanted for the longest time. Like I think they're the three best items. So like the trophy hat, the trophy topper, and the celebration. They're basically the three I want.
Yeah, I think the celebration is the best trophy item, to be honest, compared to the others.
But if you win your first tournament, I feel like everyone picks hat, right?
Yes. Yeah, in my opinion, the hat is the best.
But that's what I've seen. Based like if it's first one, you pick the hat, and then I think people are picking celebration next.
After, yeah.
No, but it is great when you play all these pros, and then you just hear the celebration the entire game.
Like, exactly, yeah, and you can hear it all around the map. It's a really unique celebration.
Yeah.
That's why I'm quite desperate to get it now.
Risha also asked, how do you feel about teams like GM or LC? Because he said they're dominating their respective regions in the official tourneys. So what do you think about them?
Yes. Yeah, I've seen it quite a bit. They are dominating like in Asia and stuff like that. I think. Yeah, it'll be quite interesting to watch their gameplay, especially like as the tournament advances now to the point where all regions will be playing against each other. That'll be quite interesting to see how they play. And yeah, they could be pretty good contenders for like top 3 finish in the team tournament.
Yeah, GM actually is a CTF team. They're playing on Europe. I don't know if you ever played against them. We have another question about this. Jaggy asked, what do you think about GM in CTF?
It's about what?
What do you think about GM in CTF? They're playing their CTF team mainly, CTF. So I don't know if you played against them to see how they play.
I haven't really played against them, but I know like Downblade, like Excellence, and I think Dave have played against them, and yeah, they've been really good. So I think they're the better people to ask. But yeah, I don't really know much about them. I haven't really played against them.
A very good, very great team, and capture the flag.
Yeah,
it's all they play.
Yeah.
And I also think they're also doing voice chat too during their games as well.
Yeah, they must do. Yeah, they
So
must.
they have to with the way they play.
Exactly, the communication is key, man.
Let's see if we have any other questions. Do you see any other horizontal?
Yeah. Are you interested in taking part in an official CTF tournament?
Yes, I am. Yes, I'm definitely interested.
He's like, that is a celebration that I do need.
Yeah. Yeah, that. Yeah, yeah. I think I'll be pretty interested. Yeah.
We also have a question from someone called Spinac and Eggs, I think. How can a new player get a great level quickly?
Well, quickly, yeah. As I said, playing against pro players from the get go. I think that's going to be the most important thing. It's going to be like it's going to be frustrating and embarrassing, like losing, like all the time. But like the more you learn from like those players, and the more you 1v1 them or play them in FFA, the better you're gonna get just naturally. Like you're gonna, maybe have some beginner's luck, maybe get a win, like one game, and that's gonna be like the motivation or momentum to start to get better and see what you did well. So I think definitely just, getting yourself out there, like just, spam 1v1 looking in the right channel though. Don't be spamming my DMs. Yeah, but spam it in looking for game, like just spam 1v1s against top players, and yeah, they should be happy to play against you.
Yeah. We have a question from Momo. What do you think about OB roads? Will it work?
Overall, yeah, I played a bit. Yesterday I did play against okay, the first time I played just by myself, I uh I wasn't the biggest fan. But when I started playing against I played against Downblade, Excellent Storm, and even Shawnee Sean, it actually did become it started to become quite fun. So I think definitely playing in parties and stuff is actually quite fun. It's nice casual game that can really work. But you do need to be playing in parties and stuff to really get the most enjoyable experience.
Let's see if there are some other questions. Let me check. Yeah, another question from Jagia. How would you feel if there was a possibility that you could making a game career in Smash Cards?
Oh, that's another good question. Oh my god, yeah, I would. That would definitely motivate me to start playing again. Even if I have these problems, stuff like that. Because also I'm in a very strong team that can help me out and motivate me. So yeah, I always had that question. Especially when I started playing well again, I was like, oh man, come on, it's time to get some more sponsorship into the game, and stuff like that. But yeah, it would be my dream to I always had dreams and stuff that became an esport and stuff like that. That would be incredible. Like it'd be amazing if it became esports somehow. Because it's possible because games like Clunker.io that became an esport. So it's why can't Smash become an esport as well? So
And then I saw one more question from Gogaza. How would you rate the game from 1 to 10?
I would give it a solid I'll give it a 9, man. It's literally one of the best games I've ever played. Just because of I think one thing being the community. Going for the community, yeah, the game will not hit the same at all. So yeah, it's an amazing.
No, I agree with you.
9 out of 10. Yeah.
I can't wait to play after this.
CTF. We have one more question now from Dubek. Do you see any change as Smash Cards become very popular game?
What changes need to come about?
Yeah, probably this is what he wants to say.
Yeah, some more game modes, man. We need some more game modes. We need some more we need a leaderboard. We need some competitive incentive in the game because there's no leaderboard, there's no ranking system and stuff like that. And I think that's definitely definitely what you call it, capping the game at a certain point for a certain audience. When you introduce that competitive game style, then you're gonna get we're definitely going to get a lot of more new players interested in the game. Yeah, that would be really helpful.
Yeah, and maybe having some YouTubers streaming the game or stuff like that, like influencer, would be good for making the game more popular.
Exactly.
Okay, let me see if there are questions. I think we are done with questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, as far
I
as
kind
I
of have to
can
go now,
see.
actually.
We really went over. This has been great though.
Yeah.
For the first go at it, this has been like to be honest with you, I've been wanting to do this for a long time, for like, I think probably a year. And
wow.
And I want to really, I really appreciate you taking the time to, just taking the time out of your day to just come on and talk about basically everything from the game down to the personal level.
Yeah, you're welcome.
We really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was amazing to talk with you, OutRun, and to hear your stories, your SK stories this way. And I hope people really enjoy the stream and hearing you talking about SK and your path in this game.
Yeah, thank you.
And then I just want to take some time out to all the listeners out there. Thank you so much for, tuning in and being patient. And, just we've been live for like an hour and a half now. Thank you for the commitment. And then also thank you for the co-host Horizontal. She really did a great job on putting this all together. Expect a lot more to come, a lot more guests. OutRun's not the first. I'm sure OutRun's actually going to probably be back on it. Because we have so much more.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, man.
Yeah, no problem, man. Yeah, I've enjoyed being on it. Yeah, definitely. If you want me back on, I'm happy to be back.
Definitely, man. Definitely. We will definitely, maybe actually next time we get on, maybe we'll be able to like play with the community as well with some games.
Yeah, nice.
Then Horizontal, do you have anything to add?
Thanks a lot, everyone, for joining us today and being patient. And hope to see you next time, pretty soon.
They got the voice reveal. Let's go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thanks for joining.
All right. Thank you.